right. Hi, everyone. My name is Alina Klein. I'm a therapist here at Harper Therapy, and I am sitting here today with Renee Rogers, one of my favorite people in the treatment world and in the world in general. She's a wonderful person, and I'm so excited to have her here today.
Thank you, ditto.
So, Renee works with Origins Behavioral Health Care. I'm going to let her talk a little bit more about it, but we do these monthly community collaborations with people in the community doing good work who we want to be able to get their message out there and share our message as well with some of their community. So before we get started, I just want to let you guys know how I know Renee. I was a marketing person, admissions person at a female-specific substance abuse treatment facility about 5 years ago. And in my marketing realm, I got to encounter Renee. And we would always fangirl over each other's outfits because Renee, as you can see, is very well dressed.
And our necklaces and belts.
Our necklaces and belts. We always had very unique necklaces and belts. So I think Renee is showing her colors today, which is on brand.
So funny.
Yeah. So great. It's great to have you, Renee. I'm so happy to see you and have you here today.
Thank you. Been way too long.
Way too long.
Way too long.
Especially with COVID. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Origins and what you do there?
So Origins Behavioral Health Care has a few different properties, but really our flagship is Hanley Centered Origins, and that is in West Palm Beach. Been around 35 years. Leader in co-occurring treatment, substance use, and mental health.
Right.
And I am very, very proud to work there. It's a very clinically driven, solid program using evidence-based practices. And it's a very, very cohesive approach. And I'm just very proud to represent them because when people need help for substance use and mental health issues, it's a terrifying time.
Right.
And I love that I can be like a grounded person that can kind of calm the family down and help direct them, get them, their loved one into treatment or themselves.
Right, right. Because when you're in that crisis point and it's like things are starting to fall apart, you don't know who to call, where to go, what to do. We've worked with different family members who are just at a loss. How do I help my loved one? What do I do? Or even the people themselves, right? So, Renee, you've been in the industry for a while, right?
Yeah, 10 years.
Wow. So there are a lot of substance abuse treatment centers, mental health, co-occurring treatment centers. What do you think makes Origins Behavioral Health Care and Hanley a little bit different and unique from some of the other ones around there?
That is a great question. So we offer all levels of care, detox, residential, and then the lower levels. Some places do not have detox with it. But what I think really makes it different is our programs that we have are really developed out of need. For example, we have one of the only exclusively older adult programs in the country. It is for 65 plus.
Right.
And they are in their own program, in their own building,
Right.
Doing treatment together. Because if you take someone in that age bracket, typically what's going on with them is going to be different than maybe a 22-year-old. That is using, IV drugs and things. And so an older person is going to feel they're not going to be able to align with that, and they may even use that as a justification.
Well,
my issue isn't as bad. Yeah, we typically see alcohol, benzodiazepines, and even some opiates with the older adults.
Right.
So I think that's important, is that we have that exclusively older adult program. We also have gender-specific programming. So we have a female program and a male program.
And they're completely separate?
Completely separate.
No interaction.
No interaction.
So no rehab romances hopefully going on.
Yeah,
right?
hopefully, yeah. That's the plan.
Yeah.
But, and I think it's important that when people hear Hanley Center and they see our campus, we're on 15 acres, and it's beautiful, and it's lush, and it's this and it's that, and it's very wonderful. But it sounds big. It's not. Each program is a maximum of 18 people or less. So no one flies under the radar. And we have a clinician to patient ratio of 3 to 1. So I think it's just very important that we treat the gender specific, we treat the age specific, but also we have an executive kind of concierge program for that different demographic, because someone that may be a chairman of a board or a known figure, or someone that is an executive that
Like
needs
a celebrity.
to work.
Someone who would like a little more anonymity.
anonymity,
Discreetness.
as well as, honestly, the facilities are much more luxurious. The clinical
Gotcha.
strength of that program is much more intense.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we have those 4 different programs, and I think that's something that sets us apart.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I'm really proud of is that we are the only 3.7 level ASAM certified treatment center in the state of Florida.
Okay.
The Hanley Center. That's it.
What does
So
that mean?
what that
Renee?
means is
No one knows what that means.
I
Tell
know.
us.
American Society of Addiction Medicine.
Right, ASAM?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So they
ASAM.
do a lot of accreditation.
Yes,
With
and-
treatment centers.
Yep,
And,
with CARF.
Right.
And hospitals are 4.0 level.
mm-hmm.
Other treatment centers, you'll see them at 3.1, maybe 3.5. We are the only ones at 3.7.
So right in the middle.
Right in the middle, closest thing under hospital. What
Mhm.
that means is we've been kind of have the stamp of approval that we can take some of the most medically complex cases
Mm.
as well as high mental health acuity. So
Okay.
when I say medically complex, I mean someone needs a CNA 24/7.
Mm.
Someone has a walker. Someone maybe, let's say, maybe they're need physical therapy every day. They've got cirrhosis. They're in end stage liver
And-
failure.
Wow.
So we can take on some really complex cases. We
Mhm.
take them a case by case basis.
Right.
And then even like some like early onset dementia, Wernicke-Korsakoff, which is also known as wet brain, we
Mhm.
can take these cases as long as substance use is co-occurring.
Okay. Okay. And you would think that when someone does have end stage liver failure or wet brain, right, that they do have the co-occurring
Yeah,
issues
and,
going on.
yes,
right?
and it's just, there's nothing more heartbreaking when I get a call from a family or another treatment center and they say, we finally got this person to go to treatment and we can't take
Right,
them. It's
right.
just too medically complex.
And I've been on that end, working with treatment centers where, they do need the help, the client's ready to get the help, and there's just not the resources available to help that client,
Yeah.
So and it's hard when they're just ready to go and then you're like, sorry, we can't take you,
Right.
So
Right.
that's really, really cool that you guys do that work.
Yeah. Yeah,
Awesome.
so very, very proud of that. We have our psychiatrists, medical doctors, 5 ARNPs, RNs.
Wow.
They're there every day.
Right.
Our medical director does not moonlight at other facilities. He's there
Primary.
with us,
Okay.
every day.
So, I think I mentioned Renee's been in the field for a while. What do you love about this work? What do you love about working with, addiction, substance use disorders, co-occurring disorders, and helping in that way?
Well, I mean, not to sound cliche, but I love that I'm doing something I'm actually really making a difference.
Mhm.
There is nothing more heartbreaking when a parent or a person that's struggling calls me and they're hopeless.
Mhm.
And I get the chance to try to turn that around and to try to help them navigate through the world of mental health and substance use, because I don't only help people get into treatment with us at Hanley.
Right.
I help people, period.
Resources.
Yeah,
Right.
so if someone calls me and they need to go to treatment,
Mhm.
I am not going to stop working with them until I get them into the right treatment center
Right.
that meets their needs clinically or financially or whatever it may
Right.
be.
And I can attest to that. She's not just saying it, she really is invested, passionate about it.
Thank
So,
you, but I love
yeah.
that. It's really my probably my favorite part of my job, and I'm
Right.
just lucky that the leadership at Origins
Mhm.
supports that 100%.
That's
So
awesome. It's
yes.
really good to hear that you're happy there and that you're continuing to do the good work that you've
Yes.
done for a long time.
thank you.
So one thing I just wanted to mention, and Renee brought this up, but she talked about the family members, right? People who may be calling when they are concerned about their family member, or they have, anything could be going on. And I wanted to bring up here at Harper Therapy, something that we are starting is a family group for people who have addicted loved ones, people who have loved ones who are struggling with substance use disorders or co-occurring disorders. And, there's kind of this missing piece. There's 12-step support for family members of addicted loved ones. There's other pieces, there's individual therapy, but there's not a whole lot of therapist facilitated groups for family members.
I love
Right.
that you're doing that, and here's why. That exactly aligns with what we do. So
Mhm.
everyone that comes to Hanley Center or any Origins treatment center, we do a 1-week family program.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before COVID, they would actually come down. The
Right.
family members would come down
It's a huge
1 week.
part of the treatment, right?
Huge part of it, because
Mhm.
there's so much that goes on, and there's a really fine line between, how do I not enable but still support?
Mm-hmm.
How do I support but not accuse? How do I rebuild trust but not give to? And so how do we
Right.
kind of redefine this relationship
Right,
when there's change?
right.
And it's good, it's great change,
Right.
but there really is a lot to know, and everyone needs to kind of readjust.
Right. Change is so central in substance abuse recovery, and it's not just the person recovering change, it's the whole family system, and most people don't know or don't have the education on what needs to happen.
Mhm.
So I think it's really great that you guys do that, and hopefully, you know, anyone out there who needs help for addictions, we're gonna put Renee's information in the blog, and also you can reach out to us if you are looking to get some group help for
So can I ask you, so
Yeah.
your family program, will it be virtual or only in person?
That's a great question. So we are starting it virtually, but we will have another therapist running it in person as a smaller group. So, you know, masks, or if people are vaccinated, they can come in person. It will be a smaller group. Virtually, we'll be doing a larger group, and we can do it in the whole state of Florida. So, you know, it doesn't have to be someone necessarily local to Tampa.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would like to end by just asking, I told Renee I was going to ask this, one fun fact about you that most people would not know.
Oh,
She did not like this question.
Which fun fact isn't too embarrassing that I don't look like a fool?
We'll do PG version.
Let's see. Very few people know that I used to guest co-host the Shopping Channel in Canada.
In
Yes,
Canada?
when I lived in Atlanta, they would fly me up there,
Wow.
do a show.
Why am I not surprised?
Funny story, first time I'm leaving the show, I call my cab and I go out, and the cab driver was like, Renee, it's you. So I thought it was famous all of a sudden. So I went to the mall and that's
Red
where it
carpet?
ended.
No
That's where it
red
ended.
carpet?
No one ever recognized me again the rest of my life. But that one
Awesome.
cab driver was a great moment.
I love it. Well, I will start yelling out Renee to you when I see you moving forward. Oh, well, thank you so much, Renee. I'm glad to have you here. It's great to collaborate with you, and I'm looking forward to working with you moving forward.
Yeah, I love the work that y'all are doing here, and it's just wonderful that we have therapists like yourselves and everyone here to help with the continuing care.
Yep. It's
And
an important piece
ongoing.
of it.
Very,
Yeah.
very important.
Awesome.
So.
Well, thank you. Okay.